Hi, Dr. Ware here, coming live to you again. I'm going to discuss the allergies and some common cures for these allergies that's going on. I'm getting a lot of questions from you guys about allergies and what can be done. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to jump in here and really give you some good views on how I feel as if you can help yourself out. Again, not trying to keep cure or treat anything. It's giving you some great ideas that I feel like it's going to really give quality information to you and add value to your life and also to your loved one's life as well. I'm going to jump right into it really quick. About 10 to 30% of Americans, I'm just saying Americans or people in industrialized areas in the world actually suffer from allergies. This is seasonal allergies as well as other allergies as well, food allergies and other drug related allergies too. But the most common one is the seasonal allergies. Seasonal allergies can be anything from, the runny nose, the itchy eyes, things of that sort that can be caused by, dust. Pollen is the number one, different ragweeds and things of that sort that people in different parts of the world are allergic to. Now, what is an allergy or allergen? Is any substance that is going to create that hyper response in the body, because that's what an allergy is. It's a hyper response of your immune system to things in the air, or if it's food, it'll be something in your gut. But if it's something that's airborne, your body just is a hyper sensitivity to it. So your immunity system is actually over responding to a natural substance that's going on. So say for instance, let's give a real quick example. You smell this pretty flower and you get this pollen up your nose, and all of a sudden you sneeze. That sneeze is actually an allergic action to your body, getting that pollen inside your body. Most of the time we don't see the pollen until we go outside and see that our car is actually all yellow or different colors. In some places actually red or green, things of that sort. But those are typical allergens that happen inside of the body. And typically happens because either you have a weaker immune system or you have a hyperimmune system. And a lot of times I get people who ask me about, well, I seem to always have an asthma attack, or my son or daughter has an asthma attack whenever they have their allergies start to kick up or it's allergy season. There is a direct correlation between the fact that a lot of times if you have allergies, you can, I'm not saying you do, or you can have asthma. The reason why is because you're not checking your allergies. That basically means that you can be living in a condition, an environmental condition that you always are experiencing these same allergies over and over again. That's making your nasal passages completely inflamed. That will eventually go down into the bronchioles or into the different parts of the lungs itself, creating inflammation inside your lungs, and can also affect the structural lining of your lungs as well. So a lot of times when people do have an allergy attack, they may also have an asthma attack, or they may start to slowly develop that. People can actually grow out of allergies, because again, allergies is not something that you per se is born with, because you can be exposed to something over and over again and you'll be allergic to it, or you can actually grow out of it, or it may start happening later on in life when you start going through menopause or puberty and things like that, or if you move from one part of the world to another or one state to another as well. It's actually been shown that the Midwestern states are the worst states for allergy sufferers almost every year for the last 10 years. And the unfortunate thing is that they're showing that throughout the entire world, the United States, should I say now, is that the allergies sufferers are starting to increase every year. So over the last 50 years, that they say that people who suffer from allergies actually increase about 25%, which is like, wow, it's a huge number. Anytime I tell you that between 10 and 30% of individuals here just in the United States or industrialized areas suffer from some sort of allergy, that's a major thing right there. Now, are allergies dangerous? Of course, they're dangerous. Right now I'm only talking about seasonal allergies. But long story short, you also got to look at the fact that there's much more than just one type of allergy. You can have, food allergy. You can be allergic to certain drugs, and it can cause something called anaphylaxis, which basically means that your entire, esophagus and everything closes up. Again, it's one of those things you got to think about how the asthma start, because the actual bronchioles are inflamed as well. But anaphylaxis, basically your body goes into shock and everything just sort of shuts down in your respiratory system. So you got to be very, very careful. If we're looking at something like, a daily allergy you're sort of exposed to, eventually your body can start to have long-term effects. And it's been also linked to the fact that individuals with leaky gut issues, meaning gut issues in general, it can all be due to the beginning of a food allergy or an environmental allergy that was left completely unchecked. That can lead to Crohn's disease, celiac disease, which is a sort of a known allergy because you're allergic to gluten and wheat and also a lot of times dairy as well. So it starts off as an allergy. So you got to make sure that you understand that just because you are slightly allergic to something, that means that it can eventually lead to something that can be more serious. Even an environmental allergy can lead to asthma. I'm not saying it will, I say it can also lead to asthma. So you gotta be very, very careful because let's think about it like this. 80% of our immunity is actually in our gut. So if we're not keeping our gut nice and healthy, we are basically running a risk to actually increasing a lot of these allergies that's just floating around inside of our body. Blue-green algae, which is a product that we started using recently, has been shown to actually help to reduce a lot of this gut inflammation because of the fact that it's been shown to actually decrease the IgE or IgA, which is a marker that increases the immunity or decreases the allergic reaction inside of the body as well. So the blue-green algae has been shown to actually do some good things inside the body as well. As well as releasing histamines and things like that from their neurological bonds too. So blue-green algae is something that we've been experimenting with, and now we actually have it in one of our products, and it's been working phenomenal for a lot of people. And there's some studies that's out there that show that using blue-green algae along with some other things have been actually reducing or getting rid of people's allergy or overall, in general, especially, like I said, seasonal allergies. So the other things, I want to tell you some quick things that you can do to help alleviate your allergies when you have an allergy attack. One thing you want to do preventatively is eat local honey. I'm not saying go to the store and just get grab honey off the shelf. I mean, if you live in, let's say, Tennessee or Texas or down here in Florida, I mean, what's the most common plants that are down here or in those areas? And you go to a place that is a local bee farmer and get the local honey from them. It's been shown that individuals taking a teaspoon of honey a day for about a month or two, been able to actually cut their allergic reaction about 70%, which means that less runny nose, less stuffiness in the nose as well, less itchy eyes, and less breathing issues or respiratory issues as well. That's just from the just using honey on a consistent basis. Again, that's locally grown honey in your local area. I'm not saying go out and just grab any honey. It has to be one that's locally grown, because that pollen, when a bee pollinates, they're using that local area flowers to actually pollinate. So you want to use that as well. Use a neti pot. I don't know if you, everyone, I meant to bring my neti pot. Neti pot is basically, you can even get them at Walgreens and CVS these days. And basically you're irrigating your nose with a saline solution, on a daily basis. Basically, so all you're doing is just washing away all of these toxins or allergens inside of your system. If you're washing away from here, it can no longer get further down inside your bronchial system to cause inflammation or cause an allergic reaction or histamine reaction as well. So you gotta be very, very careful with that. Also, what you want to do is you definitely want to eat right. That's the bottom line. Is if you don't eat right, then if you're eating high wheat, high dairy, high sugar diets, that's a huge petri dish just for inflammation. And if I'm already telling you that an allergic reaction is nothing more than inflammation inside your body by a foreign object that your body just overreacting to, if you're eating that way, you're just causing your body to just continue to produce more inflammation, more mucus, more antibodies that's going to create other issues inside your body long term. So again, you want to make sure that you're eating properly. Fresh fruits, fresh veggies, very little grains, because it's been associated with a lot of individuals that have high allergies. You can be allergic to different grains. That's the oatmeal, that can be rice, that can be definitely the wheat. and also barley as well are usually the main ones, and usually a dairy thrown in there too, but that's not wheat, that's not a grain, that's something completely different. But definitely make sure that you eat right. Like I said, 8% of your immunity is actually in your gut. So if you're not taking care of your gut, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. I've been saying this for a while now, that beta glucan is something that I've been associated with for over 12, 15 years now. And we've done a lot of research with beta glucan. I was part of another team that did a lot of research with it, and I see the effects of how the beta glucan is going to affect the immunity in the body, because it helps to clean the microvilli inside of the gut. And if you clean the microvilli, which means that those fingers that actually get all the nutrients out of all the food that you're that trying to digest, if it's cleaning those and you get as much of those nutrients out, and you're cleaning those and your body's functioning on a higher level, that immunity is going to be washed away. It's not going to even happen. And this beta glucan has been shown clinically to actually help that out majorly. And yes, that's also inside of our Super Green. The reason why I put it inside of Super Green is because it works very, very closely with the blue-green algae to help your body absorb as well as flush it out. So it's also slightly detoxing the body very gently to make sure it's flushing all of those toxins out your body and all the inflammation out your body on a daily basis. And again, you can take it, I used to tell patients when you first get it, take it once or twice a day. Definitely once a day, but you can also take it twice a day. And the reason why is because you want to get all that inside your system and make sure your gut is functioning on a higher level as well. Another thing you can do is acupuncture. Acupuncture has been shown to actually decrease the inflammation in your body. If you continue decreasing the inflammation in your body, you're giving your body a better chance to actually breathe better and fight any sort of immune issues as well. Different vitamins that you can take is, we've seen that when you have a lower level of vitamin D, how you doing, Miss Williams? When you have low levels of vitamin D, it's been shown, as I said even yesterday, low levels of vitamin D shows that your immunity is going to be off, as well as you can also have hyperimmunity. So it's been shown that vitamin D levels being low can actually cause you to have different immune responses, as well as low iodine too. So you want to check those two vitamins out. Get your omegas inside of your system. Omegas is going to fight any latent infections and, inflammation inside your body. It's been shown omega-3 and omega-6 combined together is phenomenal for, of course, doing anything inside the chest and getting rid of any inflammation that's inside your chest, which means anywhere from your diaphragm on up, as well as help repair the actual gut system. B vitamins. I'm a huge B vitamin guy. And one reason why I love the blue-green algae. Blue-green algae is a naturally packed with B vitamins. So people who are vegan and vegetarians, we tend to actually eat a lot of blue-green algae, because that's one of the few natural sources outside of meat for B12 and also different B vitamins. So it's very, very good to actually, is actually very, very close to one of the perfect foods, because of the fact that it has about 60 to 70 different amino acids, which makes it high packed in different proteins as well. The beta glucan stuff you can actually get from the store, or like I said, we actually do have it in our super green juice as well. Is a full package type thing. The other thing you can do to actually help your allergies is actually diffuse eucalyptus oil and or tea tree oil and a little tiny bit of lavender as well. That'll help, again, the histamine response inside of your nasal cavity will be cut a little bit, because it's been shown for some research that the eucalyptus oil or eucalyptus itself can actually cut that as well. Can children take it? Of course, again. Children, I answered this question before, but children to about the age of 5, I said take a half a teaspoon in about 6 ounces of water or 6 ounces of juice. It actually tastes kind of sweet because of the fact that inside of inside of the super green juice, we actually have stevia, dehydrated apples, and cinnamon are the only sweeteners inside. There's no preservatives inside of this at all. It's phenomenal. It's about half a teaspoon for a child up to 6. Any child that's a little bit older than that, from about 6 to about 10 or 12, I say a half a scoop of it. And then from 12 on up, you can have a whole scoop of it. So it's phenomenal stuff. So guys, once again, thank you so much. Thank you for the thumbs up, and thank you for the questions over and over again. Like I said, I've had a lot of questions about allergies recently because of what's going on. And I know up north is still, kind of cold, but some of the things are still trying to come into bloom. Down here in Florida for the last few months, we've been getting a lot of tropical fruit in the bloom. So a lot of individuals are complaining about that, thinking that either they have a cold, but it's usually just an allergy attack. and we try to make sure that we are doing our best to give you guys some great information to help alleviate. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a question down below. I'll be online for a little bit longer. But also go online, check us out. We have a lot of this information is on our website, healingblends.global.com, or is inside of our Facebook groups as well. Because I try to give you guys a lot of information to make sure that we are giving value to your lives. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. Take care.